What's up, y'all? I've been carrying pocket journals for a couple years now, and I wanted to share my experience. It's helped me be more intentional as well as made my life a bit more fun. Actually, my system doesn't start with these journals, but this wallet. So this is a Hitch and Timber wallet. I think it's crafted in Colorado, and I don't think it's leather, but it is a material that is like one-of-one type of thing. Yeah, you don't need a wallet to be able to start pocket journaling or anything. You just need a few bucks, and it doesn't even have to be one of these nicer ones, right? Field Notes. This one's a write in the rain, so you can actually write when it rains, literally. I got that one at Home Depot. I got this one. It's a thicker moleskin one. So unfortunately, this moleskin one does not fit in here, but with this wallet, with this Field Notes, fits perfectly in here. And I've added my own little skull key. I've also used this one, which I do like because it's easier to flip the pages, as well as it lays flat because of the open design. For my pens, I do use Muji. I like the Pilot G2. I think this one's a 0.38, as well as the Muji with the cap. So if you don't want to accidentally use ink inside of your wallet, you don't need a wallet once again, but it's been helpful to be able to carry it at all times. The cool thing about this wallet that I was gifted is this also fits a pen. So that's a Muji one. That's a G2 one. This is a longer Muji one. Fits everything just fine. I used to actually be able to fit a pocket knife. It does have to be a bit skinnier one. Yeah, pocket journaling has helped me be more intentional in regards to when I'm in public, instead of pulling out my phone and maybe mindlessly scrolling. Thoughts that I had maybe while I was out and about, I could write down, as well as explore any other ideas. A cool thing about journaling is you can also write down lists, especially if you're about to go on errands or grocery shopping. It helps me never forget things, and when my mom needs something, or I know I might forget something, I'll write it down. You can obviously use the Notes app in your phone, any phone has, but it's helped definitely make shopping or responsibilities a bit more fun, especially because you get to that pen and paper feel. It's pretty interesting, like in school, at least a lot of people I know, and maybe myself included, for at least a little bit of time, it was super kind of like annoying having to write, guys, we have to write. But as time passed on, I realized, wait, I actually do like writing a lot. And I think even I knew that subconsciously, because the only like advanced classes I would take would be the writing ones. So, and even then I was like bottom of my class, but I guess bottom of the class in an advanced class would be maybe higher, and on the lower end, I don't even know. But anyways, yeah, I really like this Write in the Rain one, and I've even used it at the gym. This fits perfectly in my gym bag, because obviously it's not too big. See, I write my sets and reps down, so anytime I go to the gym, I don't have to think about it. I can just pull out my notes, go back to when I last hit any particular muscle group, and I can see which muscle group I need to hit, as well as like how many sets and reps, and if I want to like keep increasing the reps or the weight, it's very easy to do so because it's all tracked. You obviously can lose these. I actually lost this one, which was near and dear to my heart because it was gifted to me by my girlfriend, but thankfully I found it. It was just my mom found it. It was in my garage, but I was heartbroken because I had like almost like 2 years full of notes on this, and I still actually haven't finished it. But yeah, I used to doodle in here, write down my days, things I've learned, lifting, goals, things I wanted to do for the day, or things I did do for the day. Yeah, and it's very nice to hold as well. Also, any ideas I've thought of while walking in public, and maybe I'm sat down waiting for something, or I'm alone, opposed to just scrolling, right, consuming, I'm at least creating, or at least letting my brain be creative and flow. But any usually ideas that I would just forget about, I could actually remember, because I have that pocket journal system to write it down. And I notice as well, you tend to reach more for your pocket journal because it's kind of fun to fill out, and yeah, it's definitely more intentional, and it's helped me be a bit more mindful when I'm out and about, and instead of pulling my phone, I can pull out my journal or just sit with myself for sure. The last thing I wanted to touch on was it's actually helped me socialize better. For example, I used to go to a Planet Fitness, and I complimented this guy's pants, I think it was, and he recommended me the article of clothing, or at least where he got it from. And me pulling out a journal, I've noticed like people seem more happy and you feel more connected to the person because they're like, oh, they're not just agreeing to be nice, right? They actually care enough to write it down and remember more properly. And yeah, there's been, it doesn't have to be articles of clothing. I could be recommended music, YouTube videos, YouTube channels, and I tend to forget people's names very easily, so being able to write down their names as well has helped me for sure, especially when it's at the gym and I'm seeing this person maybe weekly, it's daily. So yeah, any small big conversation that I would probably just forget at the end of the month, I could remember because I wrote it down when I got in my car, because it was maybe something cool or a little funny, or I'm proud of how I said, or I'm happy with how I said something, or something that they said stuck with me. So